Like this over here, Sound of the Midnight is one of those controversial games I saw that many YouTubers talk about, and it was roaming around in Twitter as well. Like it's saying it was work, like if you had that baby, sweet baby thing and other stuff. But I don't think, in my opinion, I just finished the game and then I can make a short review of it too. I don't think this game is particularly woke. Like it doesn't have that female empowerment or anything like that. All it has is just a story between a mother and a daughter, and then the adventures in between, pretty much. So let's talk about its pros and cons. Like in pros, I think it's a very good looking game. Like the graphics of this is really good. And the art style is very unique as well. It has that the painting art style that's more 3D. So I think the art style is pretty unique and good to an extent. Graphics is pretty good. Performance kind of worked pretty well as well. It uses more than 8 GB of VRAM, so you need a higher VRAM GPU. Like I can run this game at a 3080. Like 10 gigs is not enough for the texture packs this game has. And the performance is pretty good, so I haven't crashed that much. It does have that shaded catching, it does in the early stage, but it only does it once. So that is that. And I think let's talk about its negative side. At the start, like you have a conversation with your mother and the daughter, like with your mom, and that conversation they use very heavy accent, and it's very unclear and ununderstandable for me because English is not my second language. But I don't know if many people would like to listen to that. But once you get past it, the more the language they use is a bit normal, I would say. But after that, you will find the narrator, and the narrator also talks in that certain peculiar accent. Like it makes the story really hard to listen to. It's just me, maybe just my preference, but that's pretty much it. Like they use really heavy accent in this game. But other than that, it doesn't have that much wokeness, quote unquote wokeness in this game at all. It's a normal game, I would say. Uh, Yeah, I don't think I haven't particularly noticed it. I was even able to notice that in God of War, but in this game, it's almost done. I haven't seen anything like that. It just has a black woman. That's pretty much it. Pretty much at the end of the day. And let's talk about it. Has a combat, but I don't really like the combat because it's basically a second part for this game. It's very story heavy, I say. But with the narrators and the accent they have on the beat, they introduce so many other characters as well. So after a while, I kind of lost interest in the story a little bit. You would say like 75% around. Like after that, at the end, I just completely spaced out and didn't listen to many of the characters' story. Like that's kind of a problem I think as well. The combat, you just fight like a singular mob with a janky combat. You don't block in this game as well, so it's very janky. Like I didn't like the combat in this game. So, but it does have that option to skip it, so you can skip the combat and then just go straight to the progression. And then you have to combat the same thing over and over again, and then you have to untangle a knot. It says it has a very formalized step that you have to repeat over and over and over and over again for the 14 chapters. Like, you can do it once or twice, but after that, if you do it over and over again, it gets super annoying. Like, I would rather sacrifice that combat, that repetitive cringe combat, for more puzzles and more interactive elements of the game, It basically how it works is, you go into an area, fight the same mobs like 10 times, like 10 different mobs, I would say, not different in each other. 10 of the same mobs over and over again, and then you untangle the knot, and then there is a red mist that chase you, and then there is a platform section. And then you go again, and then you fight the mobs, and tackle the lot, and then a platform section. It just repeats the same thing over and over again. It's super annoying and gotten super boring, you know, with this game. Like, it's super repetitive. Like, that aspect sucks about this. And then they went with this stop motion effect inside the game. In cutscenes, it's kind of okay because um, you don't have to deal with it that much because it kind of adds to the art style. But inside of the game, it's just super annoying to deal with. But fortunately, you can disable them once you go into the accessibility, and then let me show you where it is. Yeah, that right, the stop motion. I don't know why he's freaking out. Okay, there we go. Stop motion and thing. It makes you get a little less framing. Like, this is actually kind of a good thing. There is so much customization you can do with the detailing. You can skip the combat, skip the platform section, and there's so many other things as well. The game is kind of dark. It has a Disney music though. So that Disney music, it has like the songs when you fight the bosses and stuff. And the environmental song is pretty good. And it's really good, I got to say. Yeah, I can give it an 8. It was pretty good. And it's a pretty emotional as well as sometimes. But what was I? Yeah, the stop motion effect I don't really like it because it's very framing. And it made my eyes hurt a lot. So I had so many issues with that one. But other than that, it's pretty easier, I would say. I mean, it's just as that double-A jank. Most of the time I just bugged out here and there. But if you have a Game Pass, here's the thing. If you have a Game Pass, this game is definitely worth a try. You know? It kind of showed their cards on the way they talk. They just represented it. But they didn't force it, I would say. It's very normal. You know, down there, I would say. You know? But it's if it's not for your preference, I can understand. It's no problem. You don't have to exactly hate this game, but you don't have to exactly like this game either, you know? But it's kind of fine. This game is fine, I would say. Like, it's not bad or it's not amusing either. I like it. It's a good experience, I would say. I was able to finish it. It was not unbearably boring or anything. But the combat, it kind of makes it tedious. I just skipped it multiple times and other stuff as well, you know? As for the story, I think it has a gripping story. Like, at the start, it has a twist with the freeway. And then the other stuff you have to discover, which is kind of cool. I think the game lacks many puzzles. There is not many puzzles you can do in this game. Like, it's very interactive movie kind, I would say. Like, it's kind of made generally, but it's still it's a game buzz. Like, if you want to pass time, you can play it. Like, I wouldn't recommend playing it in a single couch section or something like that, because the longer you play, the more boring you will get, because you know the same logo over and over again. I would say take a break, like a 1 hour or 2 hour. Like a 1 hour or 2 hour, you can play the game and then take a break after for a while and then to play it again. So that way you don't get bored of it. You know, janky combat, and then a platform sometimes bugs out. More than the story, they introduce so many characters as well. It's kinda, yeah, you know. And then ending just immediately gets ended. Like, I don't know, the ending was not satisfying as well for me. Like, you know, it just brought and then it just immediately ends. I was surprised. I thought I was doing something wrong, you know. But the amount of detail is pretty good, but too bad you can't really interact with any of these. Like, it's enjoyable and it looks good. It's a good looking game. No? Unreal Engine 5, right? And then the attention to detail is pretty good as well. You see? Like, you can see the rooms and that. It looks like pretty realistic as well. The character looks pretty good. Like, she gets a decent dress after that one. So she doesn't wear this all the time. So you don't have to worry about that. And what do you got? That's pretty much it, right? What else I can talk about it? The HP systems, there is no stamina system in this game, so there is no block. Like, I wish it had a block and a parry system in this game. That would be nice. The mobs sometimes change out and then hit you with a delayed attack. It's kind of annoying to deal with. Yeah, the combat is kind of a bit there. Mediocre. It's just bad. Like, it's not even mediocre. Mediocre will be playable, right? This one is kind of bad. Um, I would say yes. Like, I wouldn't go out of your way. It is $40, but I wouldn't go out of your way to pay for the game. Like, yeah, just get the game pass and to play it. It's a one-time game. You don't really play this game whatsoever. Just do it. It's not a replayable game either. You know? It's a good experience, I would say. If you like a narrative-based game like Little Nightmares, Walking Dead maybe, I wouldn't say the quality is that much, but it's it did right, you know. This game actually was like for in my opinion, it's a work game that actually puts some effort into it. You know, most of the work games doesn't do that and then makes the game shit. But this game actually put some effort into it, so you can give props for that and then give it a chance, you know? It's actually, I'm surprised. I called it this game a work game that is good, you know? And it is, to an extent, you know? I miss what they did. They should have removed the swear words, like the Jesus says fuck shit, so many other bad words as well. I wish they removed it and then made it more children's friendly so that you can just this is the very children's like game, but you can just make it playable for them, you know, without the swear words and other horror stuff. Horror stuff is kind of okay. Like it's not bad, nightmarish or anything like that. It's just a bit creepy, you know. I don't think children's gonna be afraid of this, but that's my complaint about it. Like she just shows a bit, you know. I think they should have made her show a little bit more. Should not swear at all. Man, make it like a PG-13 or something, you know? Because the sounds are pretty PG-13 anyway, so you might as well make the game like that as well. You know? But yeah, overall it's a pretty good game. What about Race Go? Good music, decent story. I would give it a 5.9. Like 5.9 out of 10, what the starting we got a Game Pass. Alright, that's my review. Like if you guys, what else I can talk about, let me think. Combat, story, music is good, graphics is good, performance is good. It's okay, it's an average game, you know. Average game, you don't have to just what do you call it? There are weak points about this game. It's an average game, that's why I give it a 5.9. It deserves that average game on learning template. Like it's not really a long game either. Like you can finish it like 14 hours, 13 hours maybe. Maybe even 10 hours if you're good at platforming. Platforming is pretty good. But it's a bit jank, you know? But other than that, it's a good game. I like you can play it. Like you can play it like once. You know? That game pass it. But I don't think people should just completely ban my game because they just has some workers to it, you know? Like this game doesn't even talk about it. Like she said that. Like she says a person you should take it consider as a woman and then just listen to her story, you know? That's how I've learned about it, this game. You know? I don't feel like I've been patronized or anything like that. It's completely fine. It's very normal down there, I would say. They have their own issues that they have to deal with. Anything that's very modern-esque, I would say. Pretty traditional game. Yeah? So if you have got the Game Pass, definitely give it a shot. And I think that's my review. I see sort of with that signing out. Okay.